Hey, I'm ElusiveKev. Welcome back to Dakar 18. We've got lots of stuff to repair. Radiator, fuel tank, transmission, engine, electronics, everything got damaged on the previous stages. Now, we're at stage 6, 687 kilometers, 12 waypoints, so a bit less. Apparently, max allowed remiss is 1. They're saying it says 12 waypoints, look at all that. 42, so again it might be a stage split in quite a few parts. In this I've got 32 waypoints to actually go through. Has after brilliant final stage where we came last by absolute hours. We are last by absolute hours. The goal of this race is not to finish last. I think I'm not saying our chance of winning have just disappeared. We've got a very slim chance.
Let's go! Start on track. More or less visible in vegetation.
As we're up then, as we've got stones and rocks everywhere and rain.
4, 3, 2, 1, go!
You know this stage is going to go well then.
Go straight ahead. Track more or less visible.
More or less visible. How about less visible in this weather? Let's just try and survive.
2Ks.
Flat out.
Go. Stay on track.
Get up to
Attention.
6th.
1K. Attention.
So it's just 12
Hold.
waypoints
Step
then.
up. Danger 2. Forward step up. Danger 2. 5Ks. Stay on track. Go straight ahead.
I'm trying to stay on track.
3Ks. Keep going on track. Attention.
God, I actually have to turn a bit now. This the trail's going to get tighter. Let's keep going until 9 kilometers, so then we go off track, it looks like.
Attention. Water on track. More or less attention. Water on track.
There we go, go to the side. Just keep going on track.
Continue on track. More or less visible.
I love this stage, I just have to stay on track. Even I can do that. I know after the last stage, I'm not so sure anymore.
Stay on track.
It's not no. Almost flipped it.
500. Holds. Danger 2. Step down and step up. Holds. Danger 2. Step up and step down. Careful.
Holes? Where are the holes? What holes? Stop making me look at holes. I don't see holes. That just reminds me of the Shia Buff film, Holes. That was a bit of a weird one.
Now, turn left to track on cap 68. Danger 2. Drop.
So now we turn onto track. Yeah, onto track.
Continue to Dune Valley.
Dune Valley, our enemy.
1K and a half. Attention.
After the last
Stay on
stage.
track. 500. Straight ahead on main track.
Plus, we're eating up these Ks really quickly.
Straight ahead on main track.
Stay on main track. I'm doing it.
K's. Continue on main track.
God, how wide apart are these waypoints? We've only done 2 of them. They've got I battening in front.
Stay focused.
His old Peugeot. Somehow he's in the top 10. That whole thing. Having a really good rally.
On signpost. Bump and downhill. Attention. Bump and downhill. Cap 38. 4Ks and 700.
I'm okay.
Continue on track.
You said downhill. You didn't say a leap for mankind there. A giant leap for mankind as well.
2Ks. Stay on track.
I know if anyone saw the video from the Dakar rally,
500.
can't remember the guy's name now. He's challenging for the win.
Danger 2.
Danger 2 what?
Continue on track.
He was challenging for the victory in the motorbike class, and then on the final day, he went over this dune, and it's just a bigger gap than he anticipated. He went a bit too quickly, and smashed his bike, smashed a bit of his body as well, unfortunately. And so he ended up 4th in the end.
Danger 2. Hole on the right side. Tight right. Danger 2. Drop. Twisty.
Oh, tight right. Almost went left there.
3Ks and 700. Continue on track. Attention. Twisty.
No doubt this is twisty. Look at this shit.
2Ks. Remain focused.
Remain focused. Review in my ear.
500.
Fat chance, son.
Get ready for tight right. Hole on the left side.
Oh, a tight right.
Now, tight right. Danger 2. Hole on the left side.
That's not even that tight. That's like a 4 in rating. That's not a tight corner. Calm down, Kojo. You're getting dramatic again, mate. Calm it.
Keep focused. Go straight ahead.
But yeah, that motorcyclist, so unfortunate. It gave
Hole inside. Danger 2.
Sam Sunderland.
Tight left. Hole inside. Danger 2. More or less visible. 5Ks. Continue on track.
He gave him the final podium spot for KTM. Last year when he came second. And Toby Price, the Aussie, won. I was so happy at seeing that. His second victory, and he's a bit of a master of Dakar as well. Always seems to finish on the podium. He's superb at it. I hope to see him get many more victories in the future. Of course, this guy, that's Hayatiad, won in the car class for Toyota and did a superb job. He's kind of the favourite anyway, but he won comfy ahead. I think it was Roma as well. In a mini, he came second, and in the Peugeot, private Peugeot. Oh my god, what is this crap? What have you sent me into, co-driver?
Go straight ahead on track.
Let's go to the left of it. Get out of this crap. And then Sebastian Loeb came third. His best Dakar finish so far. But I reckon he'd be disappointed because the pace he was showing, once again, was outstanding. So, but that's the issue with...
Speed limit zone 30. Easy there. Attention. Finish speed limit zone. Twisty trap. 500. Attention. Tight right. Danger 2.
There was a speed limit zone? I'm not sure we really did the speed limit.
Danger 2. More or less visible. Twisty.
I'm not sure we did the speed limit zone, to be honest, but okay. Doesn't seem like we got any penalties.
Continue on track.
But yeah, for Loeb, that's probably his, at least for the foreseeable future, it's like his final chance of winning the Dakar. And he got his best result, from what I remember. But again, he just ran into issues early, just could not make up the ground. And I was saying that a couple of years ago, he was actually leading Dakar and he had a massive crash on, I think, stage 5 or 6. So he's always showing pace, just not able to survive. Now he's back in the WRC with a new challenge with Hyundai. You seem to be, the second best car though behind Toyota, and then you got Citroen in M Sport. So I'm really interested to see what Loeb can do. So we've had the Monte Carlo Rally as well. We might as well talk about some wheel motorsport as we've got the time here. And yeah, Monte Carlo, what a fantastic rally it was. Always loved the Monte, always throw something up. And it definitely did this year with Sebastian Ogier, the king, 6-time champion in a row now. Winning Monte Carlo for the 6th time in a row. And I don't think you can argue against him being, if not the greatest, he's definitely in the top 3 along with Loeb, and I'll probably put Juha Kankkunen up there as well. Of course I want to put Colin McRae there, but he doesn't have the title to back it up. And you got Carlos Sainz, you got Tommy Mäkinen, you got Walter Roll, you got Ari Vatanen, Sting Blomqvist. Got so many drivers you can mention as being the greatest ever. Marco Allan as well. Even though officially he never won the driver's title, he did win the Cup back in '78, I want to say it was. The 79 was the first official driver's title. Even though they had the manufacturer's title from 73,
Box on the left side.
if I think, if I can remember correctly. I think the Renault Alpine won it that year.
Let's go.
Okay, I'm going. Just told me to be cautious, so I'm being
Stay on track.
cautious.
Attention.
Let's just nick all these undulations as well. Oh no, you don't even warn me off the jump there.
Going forward.
Well done. What a great co-driver you are. No wonder he's getting a bit moody with me and dramatic.
500. Bump. Keep left. Danger 2.
And then it's like that. We're actually this on time with Vatanen.
Keep left. Danger 2. Twist.
Oh god.
1K and 700. Keep going.
Keep going, yeah.
500. Bump. Keep left. Downhill. Danger 2.
But I was thinking O'Shea, if he wins the title this year, then I think he is undisputed greatest driver of all time, even over Loeb.
Continue in twisty track.
Unfortunately for the Loeb years, he didn't have too much competition. Like you can say for the drivers from the 80s, 90s, for O'Shea now.
3K.
Yes, he dominated with Volkswagen, but now, as I said, he's got three other manufacturers that are pretty even. And he keeps mixing it up.
500.
Since Volkswagen, he's been with
Cap 70 now, left, more or less visible.
He's been with M Sport, won 2 titles with them.
Attention, twisty.
I know it's not really the M Sport we're seeing now because they had a bit more funding and they really struggled to actually make it this season opener and contest this season at M Sport. And they've made a lot of changes as well. Malcolm Wilson's kind of overviewing the operation now rather than just being a team manager.
Attention, more or less visible. Cap 171.
As it comes to the finish, and it's like
stay on track. 500.
so M Sport very different from the OJ years. So they've less funding with Ford not really backing them again.
Bump. Danger 2. Tight right. More or less visible.
Okay, calm down.
Continue on track. Attention. Twisty.
Yeah, they're damn right this is twisty. See, these are tight corners, not what you've been saying, co-driver.
500.
So it's interesting to see how M Sport performed this year, but OJ, yeah, fantastic.
Narrow, turn left. Go.
Noiva as well. After the disappointment, he seems to always suffer at Monte Carlo. Getting second,
Danger 3.
battling for the win, getting it decided at the last. Absolutely superb.
Danger 3. Mud puddle. Times 2. Danger 3.
No, we're in the mud. We're in the puddle. Get out of here. There we go. See, no, car listens to me.
3Ks and a
Is that
half.
we're going round it?
Straight ahead on track. Go. Go.
We're not going straight ahead. There's a massive bloody puddle in the middle of the road. No, yeah, fantastic to see Nerval get a good start to the year. I think him or Tanak will win the title like I hoped last season. But OJ, man.
Danger 1K to finish. Let's
How
go.
how can you deny OJ?
Let's finish this.
We've done it!
Congrats, buddy. Good job.
We did a special and didn't screw up. Absolutely amazing scenes. Shall we actually continue for once?
Ready to go? Let's get busy. Start on track. On cap 177. Focus.
I mean, I guess it did help they had just followed track on that
5,
waypoint,
3,
on that stage, should I say.
1. Go.
The waypoints are really obvious. See, now we're following on track again. I can do this. And plus, we've got lots more WRC to talk about. As we talked about the top 2,
Focused.
I mean, you do have to talk about Tanak, talk about Toyota as well. He showed
500. Go left to main
unbelievable
track.
pace at times.
Go left. Main track. Right. Main track. Cap 137. 7Ks. Attention. Main track during 7Ks.
And it's just a shame for Toyota that Tanak ran issues. Chris Meek, boy, does he look at home in a Toyota. He was really exciting, especially on the power stage as well at the end. winning that.
3Ks.
Unfortunately, it does show how ridiculous rewarding points on the power stage is, because he got, if I've got my maths correct, he's got the same amount of points as Load for 10 minutes of work, although he finished around 3 hours behind him on the leaderboards. It is ridiculous. Just have the power stage as a separate championship. I wouldn't mind that. You still give them points at the end, plus they have something to fight for a bit more. I've never really liked the idea of power stage points. It makes even less sense now that we have WRC Plus, because they brought in the power stage as basically a television event, so they could televise the finale. Now, so they've got their online service.
Keep going. Main track.
It's really kind of outlived its purpose, really, the power stage. Everyone's excited for the finale now, because we've got a battle for the win on the finale. We had a battle between OJ and Nerville. No doubt the class of this period so far. But now Tanak's there, Meek's there, that Theo's unfortunately always overlooked.
Attention. 2Ks, continue on main track. Keep paying attention.
You know, it's been a really good period. Throwing Sordo, throwing Padding, throwing Breen, Evans as well.
Speed limit zone 50. You should drive a little slow. Attention on bridge.
There we
Slow
go.
down or we will miss our mark.
Now keep into the speed limit for once, okay?
Finish speed limit zone. Go, go.
So I actually paid attention this time. Maybe that's why we're so far back. Maybe we got a penalty there. Maybe we'll see. Now saying that, we're over 10 minutes ahead of Menzies in his mini. But yeah, very good period. And as I said, there's kind of the elite tier, and especially with these new cars, it really does actually separate the drivers a bit more. Like, as good as Matt Salzberg is, he's in the class of very good. The class of incredibly entertaining as well over the jumps.
Let's go.
I did kind of miss him in Monte Carlo as well. He would have been superb around there, those conditions.
2Ks, keep your concentration on this fast track.
I would if the handling wasn't so terrible in this game. And yeah, it is a shame we don't see him more often. Instead, we've got Pontus Tiedemann, who's outstanding. No doubt he deserves to be at WRC level after winning the WRC2 title and finishing second last year. He's made the split finally from Skoda. He's almost 30 as well. It's incredible that despite all the changes for younger drivers, especially in, say, Formula 1, in single-seater racing, you still have it in the WRC where guys are getting good in their 30s or around 30, such as Evans, such as Tanak, such as Tiedemann.
Speed limit zone 30 on the house.
Nappy's kind of been...
Start speed, go left. Main track, attention. You should drive a little slower.
Nappy's kind of...
Down or we'll miss our mark.
abnormal from all of that, being a bit younger.
Speed limit zone. Keep going.
Same for Sunderland, same for Caddy Rotherham Hera as well. With Skoda in WRC2 Pro. You know, Gus Greensmith one day in Monte Carlo, very good to see from the Brit. Very much looking forward to seeing him in a WRC car as well. He's been in WRC2 for quite a while now. Never really produced results until last year when he started racking up the podiums, getting consistent results.
Stay on main track. Keep going straight
and that's led to his opportunity with M Sport, giving him a few WRC rides finally. So very excited to see what he can do in a WRC car. I know if it turns out like Tiedemann did, I'm not maybe not so excited, because Tiedemann was basically just learning that car. It felt like he was barely quicker than a WRC2 in the WRC car. That's not a good sign. But then we are heading to Sweden.
Compression. 6Ks. Continue straight ahead on main track.
We are heading to his main race next season's home race on the snow and ice in Sweden. He should be at home at that. Can't wait to see what he does then. And he's not confirmed for any more rides, Pontus Tiedemann. It is a mystery what's going to happen to him. like it was for most drivers this off-season. Unfortunately, got many
500,
disappointing results out of that.
zone 50,
No Hayden Paddon.
Start speed limit zone 50. Attention.
See, that's how you slow down. 50. With no Craig Breen as well. Such a big fan of Breen.
Danger 3. Go left to off track. Cap. That was rough. Hold. Danger 3. Go left to off track. Cap 155.
Oh no, we're going off track. No.
Easy there, Rocket Man.
All right, I'm calming down. I'm calming down. Are we still 50?
Tight right. Attention. Houses. Cap 247. Slow down.
I'm still at speed limit. Bloody hell. Still going straight ahead.
500. Left to main track. Finish speed limit zone.
Oh, finally.
Careful.
What the hell? That leads us into there. That's interesting. Oh, there we go.
Left to main track. Finish speed limit zone.
Go, 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 go. Oh, then I see a speed limit zone with 30. Going up. No.
Head on main track.
Oh, they're still around 10 minutes ahead of the American, it looks like. That's pretty good to see.
2Ks.
Let's just keep it in safe fifth gear, shall we, instead of high speed sixth. So yeah, you got quite a lot of guys on the fringes.
Speed limit zone 30.
Problem with the WRC at the moment is just
Zone 30. Stop to stamp time card.
it's just how expensive it is, this class. And so you're just not getting enough cars for everyone. We could easily fill 20 seats, I think. With how good
3Ks.
a lot of drivers are, quite a lot of non-drivers are as well. Like, I'm a fan of Ollie Christian Baby as well in the Citroen. Or he wasn't the Citroen.
500.
In WRC2
right on
Pro.
main track. Attention. Turn right. Cap 257.
And you have lots of guys in WRC2 who are probably just hanging around.
3Ks. Attention. Keep focused.
Or just finding a good factory ride, say like Jan Kopecky, who won the WRC2 title last year, and he's had his chance at WRC level years ago. But now he's in his late 30s, he's probably never going to get that again.
Danger 2. More or less visible.
Okay, turn. There we go.
15Ks. Continue.
That's
on
all, we're
main
actually
track.
making up the
Attention.
leaderboard. It's actually recognising us going up the leaderboard now, up to 12. So having a good run despite missing the turn there. There's over half race, right? I didn't realise that. Through the road points. We are flying by these stages, mainly because we're staying on track. That's all, we're down to 40th now, behind Gutierrez. So yeah, it's just a shame that, especially in this era, we've seen the death of the privateer. That we see Bertelli, we see Osberg, we don't see many else. And it's something we've
7Ks. Keep
seen in
focused.
almost
And
every
track.
motorsport series. Especially, say, F1, say, MotoGP, especially at that tier, we're not seeing many privateers, if any at all. Like, Williams are scraping by an F1 level, Sauber have linked up with
3Ks.
Ferrari again.
Attention. Keep your concentration.
Force India's gone into administration, has been overtaken, taken over. So we're continuing. Oh, there we go.
500. Bump. Danger 2.
So yeah, it is not good to be a privateer anymore, unfortunately. It's not very welcome at all, the conditions.
Bump. Danger 2. Attention.
Oh yeah, boy, look at that bump.
2Ks. Continue straight ahead on main track.
And over rocks. Oh, look at that jump as well. How did you avoid that big rock? That
Bump.
loomed.
Danger 2. Attention.
Oh, car's loving this. These little bunny hops.
17Ks. Attention.
Oh my God,
Continue
17
straight
Ks.
ahead on main track.
This is more like a rally stage rather than a Dakar stage with all of these traps. I know they do mix it up, don't they? But yeah, it is just such a shame just seeing, I think we had 11 teams in WRC because Citroen just have 2, Toyota have 3, Hyundai have 3, with the rotation one of Loeb and Sordo, and then M Sport have 3 as well, but 2 main ones with Evans and Sunninen, and then we also have Tiedemann as well. So it is just such a shame that we don't have more seats available in WRC class. But then I was watching a highlight of Monte Carlo from 20 years ago, and it's quite similar actually. You just had way more privateers and good equipment as well. So you had the likes of Colin McRae at Subaru, of Mäkinen and Mitsubishi alongside Richard Burns. But I can't believe he was doing his first full season. He'd been around for like 5 years.
Start speed limit zone 30.
But that was like his first full season in 98, and not even the same car as Mäkinen. What the hell is happening in here? Why are we stuck? I can't actually move this car, it's stuck. No. Oh, there we go. We can actually reverse out a bit and then go forward. No, we're stuck. I need to back out of here. Go left. Actually, is going left a good idea? I'm not sure, actually. Oh my god. Someone tell us to help. Where's our help? It was all going so well. How far back do we have to go until we're out of here? God, no, I can see the sides there. We turn, keep turning that way. Now go forward. No. We're just in the same rut. There we go. Oh, actually, if we go right, actually, that might be a bit better. Go right. Go, no, go right. No, no. Still stuck in this rut. There we go. Actually going backwards now. Yay, freedom.
Easy there, Rocket Man.
Okay, I'm calming down.
Finish speed limit zone. Circular fence on the right side.
What? What fence? I don't see that. I guess it's come at the end here.
Continue straight ahead on main track.
I don't have any more deep puddles like that to surprise us, okay? So yeah, 20 years ago, you had Mäkinen and Burns, and Mitsubishi. You had McRae and Darty at Subaru. They were actually pretty close because Darty won the 97 Monte Carlo Rally. And McRae had actually finished second in the 97 track by a single point to Tommy Mäkinen. And when I think of Fernando Alonso, you always say, oh, if you had 5 more points, you'd be like a 5-time world champion.
Remain focused.
You could say the same about Colin McRae. If he had a couple more points in a couple of seasons, he could be a 3-4-time world champion. It's absolutely crazy. Or if one event where he retired, if he didn't retire, he would have won the championship. But in the end, McRae was only destined out for one world champion. One championship, which really doesn't deserve, considering all the talent he had. And at the beginning of the decade as well, of this century, we had him, Mäkinen, Sainz battling for the most world title wins. Because they're all in the mid-20s by the time they all finished their careers. It was a brilliant period to be watching as well. It was like Ron Riley, oh, McRae got it. Oh, no, now Mäkinen's got it. Oh, now Sainz has got it. And then Gronholm got it for a while, and then Loeb just annihilated it. And now we've got Ogier trying to catch up to him. And then he's miles ahead of Norville, Latvia, Meek, the rest, Tanak. So I don't think Loeb's record will be beaten, if ever, for an incredibly long time with how competitive the WRC is at the moment.
6K. Keep focused.
But yeah, 20 years ago, you had with the Ford Escort, you had Kankinen, the 4-time champion, leading the charge. And he had a kind of revolving seat alongside him. I remember Kenneth Eriksson was there before he left to go and join Hyundai's charge. I can't believe it.
Let's go.
Can't remember if he's for Ford or Subaru. But he's going to leave to Hyundai. He's having his last rally in Sweden that year before leading the Hyundai charge. When Hyundai back then, if they scored points, we were celebrating to the stars. It is nowhere near like this, like the Hyundai now, which are challenging for victories and championships with Nerville, with Sordo, with Loeb now. No way they could recruit a Loeb back then. They were getting these veterans, that very experienced veterans, to lead their programs, such as such as Armin Schwartz, I remember. And he had like, I think like Tony Garlemeiser as well as on Hyundai. I can't remember now. I remember Freddie Loix as well after his go with Mitsubishi. Maybe Gigi Gali too when he was at Mitsubishi and at Hyundai. My memory's very faded of the first Hyundai efforts, to be honest, because they weren't very good. But yeah, then at Ford, yeah, you had Kanken, the veteran, leading it, and then at Toyota you had a super team, really. You had Carlos Sainz, a two-time champ, who would of course lose that championship that year on the final stage, 400 metres on the end, with him and Lewis Moy just beating the crap out of that Toyota for not finishing the line. And is it crazy to think how lucky Tommy Mäkinen was to win 4 titles in a row? Won the previous year by a point from Colin McRae, and then I said winning against Carlos Sainz by 400 metres. But then he just lost the 2001 title to Richard Burns. Same for Colin McRae. Same for Carlos Sainz as well. So we really got ourselves stuck again, for God's sake. Here we go. Go to the left. Go to the... Oh, there we go. No, I could see it. Just another metre. Come on. We're getting there. There we go. We're out. No, we're not. We're back in. No. Well, that was bloody stupid, wasn't it? Come on, reverse out. And then you had Didier Oil alongside Carlos Sainz at Toyota, the 1994 World Rally champion, who was mostly a tarmac expert. It was back then he actually had experts of the specific kind of rallies and of different conditions. Not like now where everyone has to be an all-rounder, because you have to, if you're going to score manufacturer points for the most part, and if you want to win the championship, you have to compete every round now. It wasn't like that back then. Or at least it was the era where it started to be, drivers had to be at every round. Like when Johan Kankunen won his titles in the 80s, like drivers did like half the events. Of course now, you have to do every event if you want to win the title. Or you could be like Loeb, you could be like Soda, just do half the events or select events.
16Ks.
And you still have the random third guy, such as with M Sport, with Tiedemann, with Gus Greensmith kind of revolving in that seat. Rumours of Matt Osberg as well, seeing as he got kind of dumped by Citroen along with Craig Breen. Rumours of Craig Breen as well in the off-season, maybe at M Sport, but I don't think they're coming to light. Same for Hayden Paddon. You could chuck anyone at an M Sports. They've got so many M Sports. No wonder they're fighting to enter seasons. They've got so many M Sports on board. Reduced so much compared to the rest, compared to Toyota, compared to
8K. Attention on track.
Citroen, especially compared to Hyundai. It's such a shame Citroen don't have a third seat now. That third seat was basically back to Abu Dhabi in recent years with Al Qasimi competing. We see Nesse Al Attiyad as well in recent years in that seat.
Keep focused. Go straight ahead.
So it is just a shame we won't see.
You should be more careful.
We're fine. Calm down, co-driver. So it is just such a shame we don't see that seat We don't see a third seat at Citroen this season.
Mud, danger 2.
Unless Osberg can bring funding somehow.
Mud, danger 2.
Yes, bring us mud. There you go to the side.
Continue straight ahead.
Doing it. We go past people on their roofs on houses. That's absolutely crazy. But yeah, it is.
Attention, turn left.
Oh, turn left.
Attention, turn left. Go between the mountains.
What, here?
3.5. Continue on track. Attention.
Of course, there was a big rock on the inside when we had to turn left. I think I damaged our windscreeners. I never really realised that until now.
500. Get ready to turn left. Danger 2.
Oh, we're turning left again.
Turn left between post and rock. Danger 2. 6Ks and 600.
Just about did that.
Continue on track.
But you just got a few more waypoints to go. Once again, another stage it's mostly on track, thank God. So, yeah, it's crazy to think how back then they still had the same amount of seats, it seems, manufacturer seats. But you just had so many more privateers to kind of fit them out. And semi-works efforts as well. And
start speed limit zone 1K and 300.
Slow down.
Continue going straight on track.
And you still have so many entries now with all the classes like you did back then as well. It's brilliant to see the F2 class.
Speed limit.
With like Gilles Panizzi winning it.
Continue going straight on track.
Against Harry Rovanpera, the father of Caddy Rovanpera. Before he even joined the WRC, or was at WRC level with Peugeot, with Mitsubishi.
Drive a little slower. Straight on track.
And this before Gilles Panizzi was a Peugeot tarmac specialist as well. Before he tried at Mitsubishi, and I think he ended his career there, unfortunately. With a massive crash, I remember. I think it was at Australia. Because he was a tarmac expert. So having him on gravel, but having the snow and ice of Sweden, not the best idea. That's what happened when he joined Mitsubishi.
Cross bridge, straight on track.
But yeah, I love Gilles Panizzi. He was such a showman as well. He had François Delacour as well in F2, despite being a runner-up in the WRC previously early in the 90s.
Straight on track. Speed limit.
But I think he kind of fell out of favour with the manufacturer teams. He did come back eventually with Mitsubishi, I remember. I remember him being in the Ford as well, in the early thousands. And then he came back recently being in the RGT class as well on the Peugeots. Against the likes of Roman Demar. So yeah, it's fantastic to see back then. But now we see that in the R5 class with Stefan Sarazan. He was in the Monte Carlo Rally. The Le Mans racer, the endurance racer. And it's difficult to remember that back in the mid-2000s, he was a WRC driver as well with Subaru. He gave him kind of a chance after he got kicked out of single-seaters. Because he had his F1 out back in 99 with Minardi. And then he kind of went nowhere. He went back to Formula Renault 3.5, won the championship, if I remember. But then, but he was almost 30, so he turned to rallying. He became a WRC driver, was never competed in all the rallies for Subaru, but I love seeing him.
Stay focused. Finish line is near. Let's go.
Because I had kind of forgotten about him, to be honest. And then there he was in a Subaru in the mid-thousands. Shame Subaru kind of withdrawn. That kind of ended his career there.
More or less visible. Let's go.
Kind of ended his career with Subaru.
5Ks. Go straight.
But he has come back in R5 cars. He's won rallies as well. He's come back in the Porsche as well, I think.
3Ks.
Actually, no, he's come back in the Peugeot as well. I remember that. So yeah, he has been around the block. So in recent years, and it's fantastic to see him in an R5 car and come second out of all the R5 cars from what I remember.
Finish.
Yes, stage finished.
That was a challenge.
That was a challenge, as after 5 minutes, where are we? Oh my god, Nick got the speed limit violations. No. Are you kidding? I would have been asked by a country mile anyway. But still. God damn you. Oh my god. We can't even see 14th now. As I hope you enjoyed another Dakar episode of Disaster. I didn't realise it counted for every time we sped. So we head to stage 7 next time in Bolivia. As well, we're going to a different country now. We're leaving Peru. It can only get better, I guess. But I hope you enjoyed our rants around the WRC. As I said, it's interesting to compare it to 20 years ago, how much has changed, how much is different, and how much is just the same. But will be the same next time. Will be us heading into the desert and getting lost probably. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.